How's everybody doing? Welcome back to the channel, and in today's video we're taking a look at this little tool haul from Beta Tools that I have. For those who don't know who Beta Tools are, they are an Italian tool company established way back in 1923. From the website they state that they manufacture over 15,000 tool items across 30 product categories that predominantly appear to be within the industrial and automotive sectors. Now, although they do say they have their own manufacturing facilities, none of these tools here are branded as being made within Italy. The two items I have here at the back that have come in branded packaging, they both actually state on them, if I put it that way it'd be better, imported by Beta. So I don't know which tools they actually make themselves, or whether any of these are manufactured on their behalf and by another OEM. In actual fact, this 3/8 ratchet here, I have actually seen very similar designs to this from other manufacturers, and the ratchet here and the VDE Side Cutters are the only ones that came in branded Beta packaging. All these others just came to me as you see them here. They're wrapped up in bubble wrap and then in jiffy bags or in the cardboard box that they came in. No branded packaging from Beta with these tools, which isn't such a bad thing because that just goes pretty much straight in the bin anyway, doesn't it? So I don't really miss it that much. Now, Beta Tools themselves do have presence within the United Kingdom along with 9 other countries, but you can't buy direct from Beta within the UK. All of these tools I purchased from either the Tool Academy or Prime Tools, but there are other suppliers available within the UK for these tools. First tool we have here is this offset screwdriver. It's an 8mm slotted screwdriver. It is steel all the way through. I've continuity tested across here. This is just a handle that they've moulded around the outside of it. Handle is quite nice quality actually. It is smooth, hard plastic, but you can't hardly make out the join line in there. It is actually very nice quality. I presume this is laser etching on the front here identifying it, so don't know how long that will last, only time will tell with that one. What I have noticed is that the grinds on the two ends are different. So this is a very tapered grind at this end, whereas here on this end you have quite a concave grind leading to a more parallel tip here, which is also much better for slot-headed screws. Don't know if that's by design or whether that's faulty and that's they've missed it on that one. But that's how it's come to me. This particular item cost me £6.60. A similar item from PB Swiss Tools is £10.18, so a little bit cheaper to go for this item, and you do get one with a handle on this. Although I am surprised they still make these, because if I'm all honest, now with the advent of these little ratcheting bit drivers here, these are almost obsolete unless you don't want to carry a full set of these around and you've just got a specific job for one of these, which is my case here. I have a need for this on specific type of switchgear that I work on. So that's that one there. And next one we'll look at is this 4mm Allen key T-handle. Again, I've purchased this for a specific job. Very similar quality to the offset screwdriver. Can't really make out the line in this too well. We do have some engraving for Beta on here, which will obviously last in the 4mm. There's also engraved in there on this side. Everything again looks to be laser etched or heat printed, whatever they're doing it. So that may well rub off over time. But yeah, nice little good quality item there really. And this one, this sets me back £8.10. Similar sort of item from PB Swiss is £11.28. However, the PB Swiss one is a soft touch handle, whereas this is all hard, smooth plastic for the handle on this. So that's that one. Here we have a bit driver. This is a little bit shorter than a lot of the bit drivers that you get. We are Beta that way. The soft touch handle here is on the black, and these two ends here in orange are the same hard, smooth plastic of the other tools that we've looked at. This cap does not come off. This just comes to you as it is. There are no bits with this, so there's no storage within the handle. This is one solid handle. The magnet on this is okay. It's not quite as strong as the PB Swiss. put in there. Obviously standard bits to work in this. There is a little bit of play in there, but nothing excessive. Magnet comes out relatively easy in comparison to the PB Swiss one here. It's not going in quite as far on the PB Swiss, but the play is very similar. But the magnet is quite a bit stronger in this PB Swiss one than it is in the Beta one there. So they are the standard bits that fit. Obviously these tool bits, power tool bits I should say, also do fit in there as well. A little bit more wobble to them, perhaps don't sit in quite as well, but they're not bad. That could also be the bit as well. Yeah, it's perhaps a bit more play in the PB Swiss version. So that's perhaps something to do with the bit itself, but height-wise, or lengthwise I should say, pretty much about an inch longer than this one from PB Swiss, but it's probably about an inch shorter than a lot of the other ones that you see out there. Very nice grip to it though. You can spin this in your fingers quite easy. It's quite nice to utilise. Price on this one, this is £10.92 from Beta, whereas our little fellow here from PB Swiss, £11.55, so very closely in price with these two here. Moving over to this side, we've got a couple of strike cap screwdrivers. I think they might call these Hammer-Thrus, I'm not sure on the terminology that Beta use. Same sort of textured rubberized coating on the handle here as was on the bit driver there. Again, these are solid all the way through, have continuity tested from here to here, but these are more of a tri-lobe kind of shape to them, so they sit on a bench quite well and don't really rock around too much. They're okay. They do spin in your hand, but it's kind of a strange feeling with the tri-lobe in there. It doesn't quite sit in my hands quite as well. You've got these indentations here just to put your thumb in if you want to. You get a bit of drive onto it. Phillips 2 and an 8mm are the two sizes I've got. They both have hexagon shafts, so you can put a spanner / adjustable spanner / grips, whatever you want to use on these should you want to do that as well. These ones here, so our Phillips 2 is £11.99. A similar one from Vera, that is £10.95, so a little bit more expensive coming from Beta. Our 8x150 there, £14.39 from Beta. An equivalent PB Swiss one is £19.12, but I can only find Hammer-Thru slotted versions from PB Swiss. I can't find a Phillips. So a little bit more expensive than Vera, but not quite as expensive as the tools from PB Swiss, or the versions from PB Swiss I should say. Next we've got a set of insulated screwdrivers. I have a 3mm slotted, 4mm slotted and a Phillips 2. I did buy these for a specific bag, but they're a little bit taller than a lot of the other screwdrivers and they don't quite fit in tool pouches very well. They rattle around a lot, so I'm not utilising them in that loadout at this moment in time, so I'll need to find another use for these. So these are all VDE rated to 1000 volts. They have stamped up with the IEC 60900 standard, and the yellow here is the smooth hard plastic. The red here is slightly texturized, softer feel to it. At the end here they are all marked up, so you've got the slotted. You just tell the difference in size by the increased size in the handle, and then we've got our posi showing there. These do spin in your fingers quite well. They are quite a chunky handle, especially when you get up to the larger sizes. In comparison to some of the other screwdrivers, we've got our PB Swiss version here, a little bit longer, and you've noticed that the finger guards here are not as pronounced on the Beta as they are on the PB Swiss, you can see, and even Vera here. You can see there's more of a guard there to prevent your fingers or discourage your fingers from slipping over. You don't seem to get that the same with this version from Beta, but with it being quite bulky at the top of the handle here. It kind of sits in your hand, so that kind of keeps your fingers away a little bit from there. So yeah, I do quite like these. They are quite nice. Price wise, these here, the range for these ones I have from around about £11 up to £13 for these ones here. The equivalent PB Swiss, which is a bit of a mismatch. The smaller size of 3mm starts off around about £6 for PB Swiss, and you get up to £14 really for a Phillips 2 from PB Swiss. So a bit of a mixed match between these ones here with regards to price. Alongside these insulated versions, they also have an insulated bit driver as well. These are quite unusual. The only other company I've seen that produce this is Philo. They have a very similar one to this one. Again, very chunky, marked up here at the end, quarter hex bit drive. So this will take standard bits, unlike something like your VDE screwdriver here that has a unique bit. So you can only use bits from VDE in VDE's interchangeable screwdriver system. These will not fit in a standard hex drive. They're too small, they will tear up, I would imagine. Likewise, you can't take a standard bit and put it into the VDE screwdriver, whereas with these they go straight in. So you just have to go out and buy another set of bits. Obviously, the advantage to this is you are using a standard insulated bit. You could get a bit silly and use quite an extended screwdriver bit in this and have quite exposed metal work, but that's up to you as the user, isn't it really? I do tend to find these take standard short bits here. However, when you're working on breakers and the like, they kind of disappear into, and if you're from the top, with this being such fatter and bulkier than a standard, especially a slim bit like this, that you can see going straight in, you kind of got it covered up a little bit. So what I tend to do is use these in. I have these ones from Saber Cut that are 32mm long bits, and they give you a bit more room to see what's going on a little bit, but it is something to be aware of, that this is quite thick and does cover over where you're working really. But that's that there. This is £16.78 I paid for this. The version from Philo is £18.86, so once again a very similar price. We have here our hammer from Beta. This is a Machinist hammer with the cross-peen top and the unusually shaped head. Fiberglass handle on this. All your black here is comfort grip rubber. Nice and grippy. Does have a nice weight to it. This is a 300-gram hammer. But yeah, again, fairly nice quality, nice finish to the head here, and the surface has been used a little bit, so it's a bit marked up. But the grinds is pretty even. It's a little bit to one side on the top there, but it's not bad. Slight different angle by the looks of it. But yeah, again, another fairly nice quality tool. £16.20 this one sent me back. A similar sort of item with fiberglass shaft rubberized handle from Facom, same weight, is £19.76, so a little bit cheaper, but still again up in that kind of relatively high price range for tools. And then we have our VDE Side Cutters here. These are 160mm version. Again, they're stamped up IEC 60900. The Beta logo's on there. It doesn't look like this is a two-tone insulation system. As per the screwdrivers, you can't see there's anything in there to suggest that it's two-tone. So if you cut through these outer layers, you get a different colour underneath, and you know you've then sabotaged the insulation on there and you need to change them out. These are okay. I don't find them to be too sharp, so it takes a little bit more effort to use them than some of the other cutters that I've got, but fairly nice, fairly comfortable in your grip there, and obviously got good finger guards there to prevent you from slipping over onto the metal work. These ones here, fairly expensive. They are £50.40. A set from Nipex 160mm I can pick up for £44.50. in the UK, so a little bit more expensive than Knipex there. Yeah, I'm not sure they are the same quality as Knipex. They are a little bit sticky when you first arrive. Not bad, but they don't tend to. Oh, so he's dropping open a little bit, he says. So yeah, not too bad. They've been worked in a little bit, but we'll have to see how we get on with them at this moment in time. I'm not that happy with these, but time will tell. So that's those ones there. They came in the Beta branded box. And our final one is this 3/8 drive ratchet again. It's the other one that came in a Beta branded box. This is 3/8 drive, my favourite kind of drive. I can't remember how many teeth is in this. I'll put that up on the screen if I can find out. But nice and smooth. As opposed to the switch on here, you have the collar that you change. It is a little bit awkward. It kind of stiffens up and then latches over. So you can do it, but it'll take a little bit of effort. Not overly easy to do in comparison to a flick switch like that. And then you also have the button in here to release the ball bearing indent for the socket there to hold the socket on. The difference between this one is this is a rotator one. So whilst we have our ratchet in here, you can also turn this handle. You see here, I turn this handle, and that turns the ratchet as well. You can see the head turning there. This also, as opposed to you keep going around like this, if you just ratchet this from side to side, it still carries it turning all in the same direction. The only way to change direction is with our collar at the top here, and then it will go the other way, whichever way you turn the handle itself. So fairly unique, obviously quite good for spinning down nuts initially to start with, and as you get them tighter you can just switch straight to normal ratchet mode and tighten up or start off loosening it and then spin it away quicker, whatever your preference is. So quite a nice tool. Again, it's nicely made, but pretty pricey. This sells for £81.36. Similar sort of unit from Facom is £79.74. So fairly pricey tool, up there with some of the big brands really. So that's all our tool loadout that we purchased from Beta. So some of them are going into loadouts, so they will be appearing in some of my loadouts. Overall, they do seem to be quite nice quality. They do seem to be relatively expensive. The prices that I've given you there, they are the prices that I could pick them up for in this country. If you look at the recommended retail prices, they are always quite a bit more, and some of these I'm actually getting near 50% discount from the recommended retail prices. So you do need to shop around to get these tools and get them at a decent price, otherwise you are paying actually substantially more than the likes of the Knipex and the Facom for Ratchet and the Hammer over there. So yeah, well worthwhile shopping around. But that'll be it for this video. Thanks very much for watching. I hope you found it useful, and I'll see you again in the next one.